way to a barbecue exclusive. Not everyone was invited, just key people, very key people. Did I say exclusive? It was exclusive. We got invited.
Just the two of us.
Just the two of us.
My best friend and her boyfriend invited us over for a barbecue. So I'm excited to go see them, because who doesn't love seeing their best friend?
What's wrong with your face?
My face always looks like that, thank you.
No,
always.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Let's
All
be
the time?
real. Most of the time.
Yeah. No, your face looks like candy right now.
I'm wearing Candy Johnson's liquid lipstick in the color Sweet and Sour. And it's amazing. And I'm just now discovering that the lipstick, like when you lick it, it tastes like a candy. It's so weird. Like I never expected it, and so my sister and my brother-in-law moved away to Alaska from Texas, and they got a house, and they live in North Pole. You guys, they live in North Pole. Like, how much more Christmassy could you get? It's probably the most magical place. I told her, I was like, you need to send me all the pictures. I need to know all the details. So she let me know of two things. North Pole still has a Blockbuster, and all of their telephone poles and like the light fixtures, they are shaped as candy canes. Ah, it's so amazing. Ah, I'm just like picturing it. You guys, I am the biggest Christmas fanatic. Like, seriously, one of the biggest.
The biggest and smallest.
Yes, that's true. Good point. But I just love Christmas so much. I got to do makeup today for a wedding, and she was telling me about like the decorations and all the stuff that they like planned for the wedding, and it sounds so cool. Like, one of my favorite things about weddings is like getting to see the different styles of different people. Nick and I, at our wedding, we got married in January. So the funny thing is, we had talked about getting married like at the mountain, like at a lodge somewhere, but we were worried about like our grandparents, his grandparents, being able to travel there with all the snow. So we decided, we're like, it's okay, we can still make it like a winter wonderland theme, you know, in the city, so no one has to travel, you know, unsafely. So, might I add you, we live in Portland that never gets snow. Like, if we get snow, it's like once every like
8 years.
8 years or something ridiculous, okay? So this winter, this last winter when we got married, it was like a winter blizzard.
Yeah, it was completely clear the whole day until like, what, an hour before? Maybe 2 hours before?
Well, it was, no, because remember our rehearsal, it was pouring snow.
Oh, so it was, that's right. It was the rehearsal, it was clear, and then all of a sudden it started snowing.
Yeah, so.
It didn't stop.
Because the weather people said that it wasn't going to snow for a few more days, like past our wedding. So we were like, oh, perfect, like we won't have to worry about anyone having to travel or, you know, do all those things. Oh my gosh, you guys. It was the day that we got married, was the day that we ended up having the most snow that like Portland has seen in literally years. It was so funny, but
super pretty.
It was so beautiful. Like, honestly, we couldn't have asked for a better day together. We had the best bridesmaids, the best groomsmen, just everything was so magical. So we got married in 15 inches of snow, which never happens in Portland, and it was the most magical thing of life. Pretty simple setup because our venue that we chose was like 3 miles from our house, which was really convenient.
No, not even. It was less than that.
Yeah, it's like probably less than 3 miles away from our...
It's like a mile and a half.
It's really close. So that was convenient. But yeah, it started pouring snow the night before our wedding, because we obviously stayed at like separate houses the night before. And I remember just sitting there because all the girls were gonna come to my house to stay the night, and then he went out with the guys to stay at one of his groomsman's house. Yeah, the best man's house. And I ended up staying at my house by myself because none of the girls could make it. Like, none of them could drive to my house. So he went out with all the guys, and then I'm just literally sitting in my house, like, looking out the window, just sitting there thinking, I don't care if I have to walk to my wedding venue in my wedding dress. I am getting married tomorrow, and I am going to Disneyland. I was just obviously really excited to get married to Nick, but I couldn't help but think, like, at the end, like, okay, Disneyland? Yeah, nothing's gonna get in my way of going to Disneyland.
Yeah, and then when we got to Disneyland, they had some decorations still up.
Not even. It was just Small World.
Small World was set up. They saw the Christmas lights on it. The Haunted Mansion was closed, but you could see all the decorations on the outside. It still had like the sleigh and everything, and there was a little bit of stuff on the front gate, but most of it was taken down. It was taken down like, what, the 11th? Or like the day we were getting married, it was taken down. So
yeah, so
we went
to Disneyland January 12th, and we got married January 11th. And I called Disneyland to ask them because I was like, at one point in my life, I really want to go to Disneyland during the Christmas season because I'm the biggest Disney freak, and second, I love Christmas so much. So I called them, and they said that they were taking it down. No, it was January 10th, and we were going to be in Disneyland January 12th. And I literally was on the phone with the lady, and I was like, kind of wanted to cry. Like, a piece of me died inside. I was like, okay. I'm like, how much money would it cost for me to let you guys keep it up for me for just a little couple extra days?
It was still really fun. It rained on us while we were in Disneyland for 2 days. When it rains at Disneyland, everyone breaks out ponchos. Even if it's a sprinkle. No. Ponchos, rain boots, everything.
Yeah.
It's like people were freaking out.
It was hilarious because, yeah, the day, wasn't it the first day in there? It was sprinkling?
Maybe.
Because remember we were walking? I remember, we were walking to Disneyland because our hotel was really, really close to the park. So we're walking there, and we are like in just pants and a t-shirt, and everybody walking next to us is in ponchos and, like, you know, running to the park, and Nick and I are like, oh my god, you guys are kind of insane. Like,
it's just a little bit of rain.
Just a little rain.
Sprinkles. I will say, the last day of our honeymoon, when we spent the last day in Disneyland, and so we did go out and we went to a couple stores. Like, there was a Burlington Coat Factory, went to Target, a couple stores, trying to find like a rain jacket that wasn't like $100. It was just, I just want a rain jacket just to cover me, and we didn't find one. So we went to Disneyland anyway, and that day it rained. Like, it rained hard. It was one of the days that, like, the airport was getting flooded out. Like, San Diego had like water all up in the streets. They were having flooding issues. It was like after the whole big drought, and all of a sudden there's tons of rain and they don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, that
day was a lot of rain.
Yeah, and it was the day that we were flying home, and like he just said, and the whole park, because at first when we got there I was like, oh my gosh, the last day is going to be raining, it's going to be perfect because everybody is going to run away from the park because everybody thinks they're going to melt away. And I was excited because I'm thinking no lines, and I can just like dance in the rain, and just like, oh my gosh, it was going to be amazing. Well,
there's a lot of other people that thought that too.
Yeah, the first couple hours it was raining, but it was like Oregon rain where it just like rains. I mean, it's pretty heavy, but you know, you just make it through it, no big deal. I'm in Disneyland, nothing can rain on my parade. Until a few hours into it, and it started flooding. Like, it just like, downpoured where you couldn't even like barely see through the rain. Like, you couldn't see on the other side of the park. And
they're like squeegeeing all the water like off all the like sidewalks and everything to get them towards the drains, because in California they don't build their floors like with slope or drainage in mind at all. So
they're not used to the rain.
and it shut down a lot of the rides.
Yeah,
so
they had to shut down
There
a
was still a lot of people, and people were all cramming onto the one rides that were on the inside because all the outside rides were shut down. We were soaked by the end of the day, and we went back to the hotel where they were just holding our luggage because we were already checked out. And we went to the bathroom, changed into dry clothes, put our wet clothes in a bag, and got an Uber or Lyft and went to the airport.
We ended up going to the airport that day to fly home, like, way earlier than planned because, like, I was miserably cold. Like, you know when you get, like, way too cold that your whole body hurts? Like, it's just, like, frozen and
Kind of turned blue.
Like, you kind of turn blue. I'm not kidding you, that's what was happening to me. So I was like, you know what? I'm, like, so sad to even say this, but I'm ready to go home. Like, I wanted to leave Disneyland because all the rides shut down anyways, and, you know, I can only eat so many churros without feeling like you have to roll me out of the park.
And we've already been there for, what, 4 days?
You were already there for 4 days, so the last day at the park was day 5 anyways, but if it would just had rained and not flooded, I would have stayed. But it just, like, it flooded. I couldn't feel my feet, my toes. I couldn't feel anything anymore. So we just decided to get the lift to go back to the airport. And we sat there for, like, I don't know, like, probably 5 hours. It was something ridiculous.
Yeah, watching the planes land in the water, taking off.
Which was really weird to see because the airport started to flood and planes were landing. And when they were landing, like, the water that they were flicking up from their tires, I mean, was just, like, it looked like it was flying a mile into the sky because it was just, like, so much water under their tires. It was really weird. Other than that, we had fun. Oh, we forgot to tell them about the car.
Oh yeah, we got upgraded to a 2017 Ford Mustang convertible.
Yeah, convertible. That was really fun. And it was a total surprise because when we got there to rent the car, you know, I was just filling out the paperwork and she has to see my ID, obviously, and I don't remember how it got brought up, but I had said...
I brought it up.
Yeah, something about the last names or something different, and I was like, oh yeah, getting used to the last name change. And she goes, oh, really? And I was like, yeah, we just got married. And she was like, oh, that's so awesome, congratulations. And she was really nice, and then she was like, okay, well, just meet me out front. I'll have the car up front for you, just, you know, I'll be out there when you're ready. So I grabbed all my stuff, and we're walking out there, and we come out, and I see her, like, I see a car pull up, like, where she said to meet her, and it was literally a brand spanking new Mustang convertible. And
it's like, oh, it's way better than the Malibu or the Chevy Malibu we were gonna get.
Yeah, it was a Hyundai. A Hyundai is what they, Hyundai, whatever. That's what they were giving us. I go straight, right?
Yep.
That's what they were giving us. And she got out of it, and she was like, you know, I just thought that you guys needed something a lot better than a Hyundai. And I was like, oh, what?
And a half tank of gas for free.
Yeah, she literally was like, and bring it back on E. Don't worry about the gas. Don't worry about mileage. Don't worry about anything. Just bring it back. And I was like, oh my god. So we had that for almost the whole week.
Yeah, it was cool. We drove it all the way down to, well, almost the border. Past Chula Vista. San Diego.
Yeah.
We drove through San Diego, went to, like, all the beaches right there. Laguna Beach.
Laguna Beach.
That was cool.
Like, stole my heart. We have so many great memories there. Like, just the little shops were so cute. We ate somewhere really cool, didn't we? Or like...
We ate at a couple of random places, yeah.
Yeah. We met, what's that name? Christine. Christine, that's what it was, yeah. We met this lady at one of the shops.
English lady, yeah.
Yeah, she was so cool. We actually...
Was a makeup artist at one point?
In England.
In England.
Yeah, in England she was a makeup artist, you know, did weddings, did all sorts of stuff. A lot similar to what I'm doing. And we just, like, clicked. We went in because I seen a sweatshirt in the window, and...
Had to buy the touristy sweatshirt.
I did, because I just loved Laguna Beach. Like, I mean, I fell in love with Laguna. It was... The beach, everything was so beautiful, and it just, something about it just inspired me. So, anyways, I went in because I'd seen the sweatshirt in the window, and I was like, that's so cute, I love the color. And so I went in, and we just started chatting, and she, you know, we told her that we were on our honeymoon, and, you know, we were just talking to her and everything, and she told us about her, and like this new house that she just bought, and she's renovating the whole thing by herself. And she had actually a similar kind of love story as Nick and I. Do you remember her guy's name? I don't remember what the guy's name was now, but it was just really weird. You ever just meet someone and you just like really click with them and you just feel like kind of connected? That's how I felt with this lady, and she was so awesome. We took a picture with her. We still have to finish our scrapbook.
Yeah, we took a picture with her.
Yeah, we took a picture with her because I wanted to remember her. So we really need to sit and do that. Because I didn't do the scrapbook of our wedding yet either.
Almost
but
8 months. Whoa.
Whoa, has it been almost 8 months?
Almost.
That is so weird. Oh my gosh, remember when we drove down to the San Diego Zoo?
Oh my gosh.
What a joke.
That place is a rip. I mean, it might have been really cool, but I was not going to spend like more than... I mean,
it was literally going to be over $300 for me and you to go.
Yeah, to see one little thing. Like,
to go to the park, I am not kidding you. We were so excited. The prices online and the prices when you get there, 2 totally different prices. Just FYI.
Oh, and you do have to pay for parking.
You have to
Even
pay
though
for
they say you don't have to pay for parking.
Yeah, they don't have their website, and their prices don't match. They don't make sense. So we drove all the way down there.
Well, we went to the San Diego Zoo Safari Park. Because that one looked a lot cooler. Had all these like zip lining, hot balloon ride, all this crazy cool stuff. You can feed the animals, you can watch them run, you can like play with the cheetahs.
Yeah, it sounded way more fun, so that's why we went, because we really wanted to. I was actually going to try to do the zip line, which that takes a lot of guts for me to want to do, but I was going to do it because I'm on my honeymoon and I'm just going to do it.
Yeah, it was only like $50-some. No, was it $80 per person? It was like around $80 per person.
It was something ridiculous, yeah.
And that's after you pay to get into the park, which that was like $60-some just to get into the park per person.
It was, you guys, I am not kidding you when I say that we would have paid $350 for a couple hours for me and him to get in and maybe zip line. That's it, nothing else. And so,
and they were the cheaper options too.
That was the cheapest option that we had, was $350. And so I just looked at him and I was like, you know what, I know that we just drove all the way down here and I'm sorry because I know that we really wanted to go, but we knew that we were gonna buy a house like right away, and I just kept thinking to myself, I'm like, that's $350 towards, you know, our mortgage or a down payment, you know, all that stuff. So